Welcome back, and if you missed last week's video, you might have seen me starting a pair of pants. And this week, I'm back to finish those pants. In case you missed last week's video, here's a little recap. I started off last week making myself a new pair of overalls, thinking I would finish it last week, but that didn't happen. So now I'm here to finish where I left off. Last week, I was able to construct the legs and make a couple mistakes along the way. Very thrilling. Here's where we're at now. I've already taken one leg and put it inside out, inside of the other leg, so now I have this long tube, and I'm about to attach both of the legs together. I'm going to try to do a flat felled seam again, but we'll see if it works for this part of the garment. I think it should. I just couldn't do it on the legs because then I wouldn't have been able to fit the leg through the machine, so I had to kind of pivot and do a French seam instead, but it still looks nice, and it's still keeping the fabric from fraying, since if you can see, this fabric is pretty prone to fraying at the ends. It's already, I haven't like moved it around much or anything, but it's already looking pretty distressed on that edge. So I definitely didn't want to leave it raw. But let's see how this ends up. My sewing posture is terrible. I'm like a floor goblin down here, hunched over my machine. Now, I have both the tubes sewed together. I should be able to reach into here, grab the other leg, and separate them. That's looking fairly pant-like. Now I'm gonna go in and finish this seam that goes down the middle. That's where I'm gonna try to do the flat felled seam. I have to cut down one side and then roll one side over that raw edge. So I'll cut this side short, roll this side over, and it should look pretty nice. Should be very durable, and it'll keep the thread from fraying. I'm gonna try them on real quick before I finish sewing them up, just in case I have to redo something. Just over the pants for now. That should be fine. These fit pretty loose anyway. Well, they look like pants. I think that worked. I had to come out right now real quick because there's these flowers where we're camping that only bloom at like evening and into the night, and then in the morning they're still open, but by the time it's noon they have completely dried up and turned red, and I just think they're really cool. Here's one of the ones from last night, and it's all red and the petals have closed in on themselves. And then over there you can see one that just opened up probably 20 minutes ago. Back on the pants, and predictably I have changed my mind once again. I decided last night when I was trying them on that I think they fit just like a little bit too tight, and it's just gonna, I feel like it's just gonna bother me if I don't fix it now. So my plan right now is to cut a triangle that I can add going from the waist down to about the knee. That way it should kind of widen the upper thigh area, because I do want these to be boxy. I don't want them to be like tight pants. That's not what I'm going for. So I think this should work. Another fun little experiment on my project. And that means I get to rip the seams apart all over again to see if this works. I know, how many times have I done this now?
I don't know. Can't count.
Yeah, I can't sew things together correctly the first time. So, back to that. I managed to fix them. I added the dirt going down the side of the leg, and I made it the perfect width to fit my phone in. So, now there's pockets in it. I forgot to add them earlier, so this was a secret good opportunity to add pockets.
Pockets.
Pockets. Gotta have pockets.
Yeah. How else are you gonna pay for all my food?
Where am I gonna keep all of Luga's snacks? Gotta have a snack pocket. Here's a bit better of a look at what I did. I just cut the seam all the way down to the knee, and I added in this triangular piece. Up here's where I added the pocket. Back in goblin mode on the floor. Here's a better look at the pocket panel that I'm adding to the sides. The top where the pocket is just two pieces stitched together here at the bottom. I stitched it and then I folded it over, gave it a slightly decorative top stitch. And now we just gotta slice open the leg of the pants and insert this in there. And then we're almost done, aren't we? How many times have I said almost done during this project, Luca? Too many? Oh, hi. Look at all that mess. This fabric prays so much. The floor is just covered in tiny strings. I think I've finally finished the base of the overalls. Put on the other strap. They fit pretty well. You can see they are super baggy. I can fit both my arms inside the legs. But that's kind of what I wanted. So I think I succeeded. Just realized I hadn't drank any water all day. Not a good habit. Stay hydrated, Luga. My other bad habit is never actually measuring things and just using objects as references for the size. Most of the time it works, but sometimes it's not the most accurate method. Featured here is a book for a book club at a job I used to have. No one ever ended up reading the book, but I've hung on to it just in case maybe, you know, someday aspirational goals of reading come back. I actually read a book last week. Not a very difficult book. It's just a young adult mystery novel. Something I probably would have read in like high school, but it was still pretty fun. It's definitely a way that I used to kill time that I don't anymore. Now I just watch YouTube. Oh, that looks comfy. Oh, I think she wants to be free.
What are we doing? Oh my god!
Oh my god! There's a lot of cars moving outside today because it's Thursday, so that means all the weekenders are showing up to the campsite. It's kind of funny, we see them all leave on like Sunday or Monday, and then they all start showing back up Thursday or Friday next week. Very predictable. Isn't that right, Luga? Oh, a big stress yarn.
Oh my god!
Who's there?
Who's there?
Whoa. I decided that I am gonna make the pockets today. I made the front one already. Big front pocket. I just made a like envelope, kinda looks like a pillowcase, and then I insided it out. Now I have to top stitch this down to make it a nice flat square, and then I'll stitch it to the pant leg. Are you picking your nose? Look at, he's been spotted. Oh, and now you're feeding it to the dog?
No, I'm picking the dog nose.
Oh. She might like that. Thank you for watching this week's video. We hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for bearing with me while I take 2 weeks to finish a pair of overalls. We're not sure yet what next week's adventures will entail, but we're excited to take you along for the ride with us.